Check the mic and make sure.
We interrupt this regular scheduled program to bring you this important message.
Hello, everybody.
Biggest panda I've ever seen. Look at that now. Holy.
There's money on it!
Well, hello.
Hey, everyone.
How's it going? How's it coming? It's a very first Saturday night vibe, as you can tell by the cool logos on either side of Ed. This is our first show.
And the name that I just brought out of nowhere, and we went with it.
That's right. All of us are like, we're not creative people. We're not going to be able to come up with a name. And then Ed comes up with this great name, and we're like, great, this works.
And it goes well, man.
Unless we get sued, then it doesn't work anymore. Then we have to change the name. I don't think people are in the business of suing YouTubers, so let's hope.
I mean, what are they getting? A couple cents?
Yeah, no, right? You can have all $30 I make off of YouTube. There you go.
I'll give him a Barbie toy I bought today.
Jimmy will give him a pair of slippers.
Got him.
Hey, they're comfy slippers.
They are. You'd be a fool not to take it. That's for sure. So, we got to do a little yard work here. We got to add a moderator. Jennifer's in the house. So,
hi, Jennifer.
That is a most definite wrench right there.
Jennifer's got a wrench. I can't believe it took this long. Rosie's here. Says yo. Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Rosie.
Thanks for stopping by. Tortoise is here. Hello. And of course, Jennifer Hayes be our moderator this evening. So thank you, Jennifer, for stopping by. Everybody stop by. For those of you that aren't subscribed to Jennifer, definitely subscribe to her. And Dave is here. Also, going back to Jennifer real quick, on the description of this video, there is Jennifer's link to her YouTube channel as well as her PayPal, because she is such a great moderator. Guys, so show her some support.
Buy her coffee.
Dave. Yeah, buy her coffee. Well, my understanding is that nobody's really doing that anymore, but I'm not sure. So, but her PayPal is listed down below. So buy her coffee, buy her lunch, buy her whatever.
Show her some love.
That's right. Dave the Gent's here from across the pond. Thanks, Dave. We appreciate you staying up with us.
Hey, Dave.
What's up, man?
Marketplace Boutique in the house. Jimmy loved the beard.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. He takes great pride in the beard.
I do.
In a box in the garage here. Howdy, howdy. What's up?
Howdy.
Hey,
I had to shave off my fake little beard.
You don't need it as much as this serves two purposes in the winter for us. It's number one, it's stylish, of course, and then number two, it keeps your face warm because you got the hat on, and then this part's always kind of exposed, so it's nice in the wintertime. So, yeah, but. You don't really. What is it? You said it was 65 degrees there right now.
Yeah, it gets itchy in the summer way too much.
He's wearing a coat at 60 degrees. Come on, man.
It's 65.
Yeah. It's 20 degrees. I'm in short sleeves and shorts right now. Come on. It
is amazing how your body gets used to it. Because when I moved back from the West Coast, the first winter I had here, I was freezing. And you another thing you don't realize is that you get a coat, and you live in California, you live somewhere in a warm climate, you get a coat because when it does get cold, and then you come here and you're like, oh, I got this real heavy coat, it's gonna be fine. You put it on and you're like, no, it's not heavy enough.
That's what I had in mind, that if you have one of those heavy coats, that you'll be fine right there.
Yeah, no.
Did
I had a
freeze
heavy
with
coat.
a smile on his face?
I think he did. Yeah, he's frozen with that exact smile.
That's the perfect screenshot right there.
That's great. Oh, no, he moved a little. You're welcome, Jennifer. We appreciate you being here.
Are you back with us?
Now he's frozen with like a really mad look. It's not good. Kristen's here. Hi, Kristen. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it. Jennifer says, "Oh God, you didn't have to do that." Of course I did. We appreciate you being here, Jennifer.
What's going on?
You're definitely you're alive now. You were frozen with this really great smile on your face, and it was like,
Yeah, you went like that and then to serious and then boom.
yeah. So it was pretty funny. Let's see here. It was 40 on Thursday, and all the kids were coming out of school in T-shirts holding their coats. Yeah.
That's here every day.
You get the people in Pittsburgh, you get the people that like have like a really heavy coat on, and then they have shorts on. Like it's like 23 degrees, and they've got like the really heavy park on, and then they've got like basketball shorts on. And you're like, this isn't working. But anyways,
it never makes sense, does it? It's like,
No.
what are you doing?
I know, right?
And then in
Deborah
summer
said-
there with the heat with that heavy coat.
Hey, Deborah, how's it going?
Yeah. Yeah, it's there's Deborah saying hi all and hey to Jimmy. I got feedback going in my headphones right now. It's driving me.
So you're getting that too,
nuts.
right?
The little scratching thing? Yeah.
Yeah, like zzz.
Yeah. Does somebody have a fan on or something?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I can put up with it. It's no big deal. So,
Thanks.
Ed, you wanted to talk about something, so we'll go to you first because we actually do have reselling stuff to talk about.
We do. So as you guys know, Macari, outrageous prices with, especially USPS. I really want to try FedEx. So I guess it's a smart post now.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get some of the poly mailers, just like generic poly mailers. I think like 14 by 18 should fit. If not, I might get some boxes that I found. But man, those boxes are expensive. But just like how would that work? You know, can I just drop it off anywhere? CVS.
Yeah, so with Smart Post, you can. You can use. So we were using the FedEx branded stuff because we got a whole bunch of this stuff, and a few people. I know someone who works for FedEx. They have these, and they are free. And they yelled at us after a while, and they were like, "You can use it for anything, but don't use it for Smart Post." And we're like, "Oh, okay." So
Really?
yeah, so Smart Post is like their economy shipping, and they don't want you using their free supplies for economy shipping. They're like, we're cool with it if you do ground or home delivery, but don't use it for Smart Post. And we're like, okay. So you do have to find some generic like packaging, but I don't know, what are you going to ship with them? Shoes mainly?
Yeah, mostly shoes. That's why I was looking for the 8 by 6 by 15, just the same size as the USPS ones because they're perfect size. And I found some on eBay, but they're like for 25, it's like $50. It's a lot.
That is a lot. Did you look on Amazon? Because that's where Sarah gets all of ours. I don't.
I
think
did,
shoes
but
will fit in these.
I did, but they don't have the correct boxes that I want. But the padded ones, I could only fit so many in there after all, because some of these are
Yeah.
heavy duty.
Well, here we go. We got Rosie says I dropped my Smart Post stuff off at Walgreens, and then you pack and ship is well priced. So
Yeah, because I mean, I could always do the free shipping with pirate ship, and then I lose Macari protection with that, and that's something that I was explaining to Adam's Exploits channel too. That a lot of people had that misconception that, well, for one, you cannot charge shipping on Macari and have the buyer
Right.
pay. You have to do free shipping to use your own labor, which your own label. So that's a big drawback.
yeah, I don't understand why their price increase so drastically, because like it's not that expensive for eBay or anything else. I mean, it's going up, but it's not as bad as Macari, and like their UPS rates used to be really good, and now they're not. They're really bad.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, it went
Yeah.
really bad. I don't understand it either. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm not understanding it at all. It hasn't slowed our sales down though. Like I thought it would slow down the sales in Macari drastically, and it didn't. Like it I don't know. Maybe it's because we recently started listing more stuff on Macari, but it hasn't. It doesn't really seem to slow it down for us. I don't know. Is anybody else having that experience? I know Rosie sells on Macari. I know a few other people sell on Macari. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if anybody else is having a slowdown, but I'm not. Tortoise says, "How's everybody tonight? Did you guys have any interesting or odd sales this week?"
Nope. Other than that annoying comment I got after your live, Adam, that I shared to you and Rosie. That's the only thing. That's the only interesting thing that happened.
We haven't sold anything. Have we sold anything interesting? Not really. It's been a lot of the same. Like we've sold a lot of T-shirts. We did sell a book that we've had for like over a year for $1.25, like minutes before we went on. Like it was just, please get this out of here type thing. But other than that, we haven't sold much of anything. I mean, we've sold our usual stuff: Cabbage Patches, T-shirts, clothing. You know, we did just list a T-shirt for an obnoxiously large amount of money.
Which one?
Sarah found at the bins a Lita T-shirt. I think I'm saying that correctly. Is it Lita?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So it's just it. You know that tattoo that people get, the heart, the red heart, but it says mom in it.
Yeah.
It looks like that, but it's a like a gray heart that says Lita in it, and that's all it is. And it's kind of some weird pattern on the back, on the front, and then just a little tiny like WWF or WWE logo on the back. That's it. And Sarah looked it up, and they're like all over the map. They're selling between like $150 and like $500. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, and it's
Like
on
it's-
the WW tag.
Yeah, and it's like it's nothing special whatsoever. it's that, and we have it on there for $300 right now.
I mean, it's
So-
just like you were doing the game with who were you doing the game with? I completely forgot.
Oh, Adam.
Baldy Pal? Yeah,
Baldy
with
Pal,
Baldy
yeah,
Pal.
yeah.
And then the shirt that 220. That's crazy.
It's nuts. I don't know. Rosie says, "Do you have like a local community page on Facebook? I posted there a few weeks ago for local people with boxes and got a lot of free boxes."
I do, but I just don't have the space because I have so many of the priority boxes. Because I had almost all shoes I have goes priority, so I was like, well, why not? I ordered a bunch.
Yeah, that's. But have you ever gone? Well, so you don't have the space for them, so you're trying not to store boxes.
Yeah, I mean, you see my garage.
That's true. You need
It's
a bigger
bad
house.
already.
That's all. That's problem solved, Ed. You need a bigger house.
Hey, I mean, that's the dream, That's what I'm trying to do too.
That's right. John's here. Hi, John. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, John.
I appreciate it.
What's up, buddy?
Rosie says she's afraid to do free shipping on Macari because twice she's had Macari approved buyers getting their money back because of shipping issues, even though the package said it was delivered because Macari won't protect it. So
And that's exactly what I mean right there. That if you use free shipping and your own label, you're on your own. There's nothing
Yeah.
Macari will do. They will not have your back. It's basically Facebook Marketplace, but on Macari.
it's great,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I did that.
Rosie
with
says,
I did that with a $10 Squishmallow, and they refunded the buyer because I even fought them, the customer service, and they were like, "Oh nope, you didn't use us. I'm sorry." I was like,
Yeah.
okay." It's like,
the only complaint I've ever had on Facebook Marketplace was that Furby lady, and nothing ever happened to it.
What Furby lady?
Oh, you don't remember the Furby story? Right,
The one where-
Christmas morning.
the one where they said Adam and Sarah ruined their Christmas.
Yeah. So Christmas
No, I
morning.
don't remember it.
Oh yeah. So Christmas morning, I wake up. There's 4 messages Facebook Marketplace, all from this lady, and she's like, "I bought." The pretense to this was it's an in a box Furby from 1999. The seals haven't been popped on it. It's still anchored in there with the twist ties and everything. Like it's fine, right? And so I don't know if it works. Like I have no idea if it works. Like I don't have a clue. Like I'm not taking it out of the box to find out. And so she had asked me, she's like, "Is this in gifting shape?" And I'm like, "It's new in the box from 1999." I'm like, "If you're asking me if the box is in good shape, yeah, the box is in fine shape. Like it's got a couple, scratches, maybe a little dent here and there, but it's in good shape." I'm like, "But I can't speak to anything else." And she's like, "Okay." And then she bought it for $125. So then she sends me this message Christmas morning. And she's like, "I just want to thank you because you've single-handedly ruined my Christmas. This Furby I bought from you doesn't work, and you knew it, and you sold it to us anyways." And we're like, No. She's like, well, you told me it worked. I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm like, I told you that it was new in the box and that I have no idea when it works. If you scroll further up on this message, you'll see that. And she berated me for like 20 minutes, sent me a video of, she's like holding the Furby and shaking it, like as if that's going to convince me that it doesn't work. And I'm like, look, if it doesn't work, I'm happy, actually, she's like, I want my money back. I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. If you would have taken a different route with me and not berated me and told me how much of a jerk I was for the last 20 minutes, I would have probably just issued a refund. But contact Facebook and see what they'll do for you. And we'll see if they'll, and then we'll go from there. I'm like, because I don't trust doing this outside of a channel. So that was it. And that was the only like super negative I've ever seen on Facebook Marketplace. So
wow, how did I? When did you tell that story? Because I don't remember it at all.
It would have to be like the live after Christmas.
Yeah, it was.
So
I probably wasn't on it then.
yeah.
But wow, that would ruin my Christmas too.
Well,
all right,
that's
look,
fun.
everybody,
Yeah,
say goodbye
thanks
to
so
Ed.
much, guys.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways,
It was fun while it lasted.
back to Adam's point. Who buys a $125 Furby for their kid to play with? I mean that's brand new in the box. So generally, those go to collectors,
Yeah. And that's the other thing about the whole situation was, number one, you bought a collector's edition Furby that most people are going to take this Furby in a box and stick it on a shelf and just move on. Like, and then on top of that, any real person that knows anything about toys would know this toy's from 1999. It's a crapshoot on whether or not this thing's going to still work. Like,
yeah,
it literally has been sitting in this box for over a decade. Like, so I don't know. People are weird. You find it.
I guarantee it worked, and she just didn't know how to work it.
That's usually what it is.
Is it that complicated though? I mean, I feel like it's one of those things you just put the batteries in and move, and like it starts doing things.
Well, one that old, they got that switch inside that you actually got to turn it on, then put the batteries in. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So
I remember you had to do a couple steps to actually activate some of the toys back then.
She probably just didn't know how to work it.
Probably not. Marketplace Boutique says, "Oh, my land's not on Christmas." Yeah, and that's another thing is she could have waited till the next day. I mean, let cooler heads prevail. Wait till the next day. Like, it's Christmas morning. Like, granted, I don't have children, so it's not, it's not like I was in the middle of something, but it was just odd. And then she's like, "You ruined my child's Christmas." And I'm like, "I don't think I did." I'm like, "You did, because you bought her a 20-year-old toy for Christmas."
I'm pretty sure there's some cheaper ones down at the Walmart you didn't want to get.
And that was another thing that, like, Sarah and I were talking about it, and it was like, you could have bought probably a new in-box Furby from 2005 just as easily, and it would have been probably working. And it would have been like, if your 6-year-old probably wouldn't have cared all that much. So,
and cheaper.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and this was like a rarish one. Like, it was like a pearl white. It was like white with like, I don't know how to describe it. It looks like pearl paint to me. Like, it's kind of got shimmery things on its. I don't know.
I have a feeling that if you did the transaction on eBay, you would have gotten a totally different Furby.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But eBay's been pretty good about like crappy customers.
Yeah.
They have recently, actually.
Because I'm not the only person. I know there's been a couple YouTubers that have been like, I called eBay about this person and they were like, yeah, just ignore them or whatever. Like, they were like, oh, we'll just give them their money back. We'll give you your money back and we'll move on. And we're like, really?
A sale.
Oh, did you sell something?
Yeah, but it wasn't an offer, and it's just a pair that I want to get rid of.
No. Yeah, the last time I had I had somebody, it was a lady from Australia. We sent her a Cabbage Patch. I told this story several times. They messaged us and they were like, there's something wrong with it. It's dirty, whatever. And we're like, well, send us pictures of it. Maybe it happened in shipping. And they were like, oh, my iPad's resolution is not high enough. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I called eBay because she was like, I'm going to complain and this, that, and the other thing. So I called eBay and eBay's like, yeah, just ignore. She's like, you've done all you could do. Like,
The,
okay,
the good old, it's like, oh, I don't have a printer. Can you just refund me the money?
yeah. It's the worst excuse ever. John Bama says, if someone gave me a Furby for Christmas, I'd be mad, period. This lady, Craig's mom, she's in all of my chats. The grease on the gears can dry up,
That's
says
true.
Sarah.
I think
It is true.
She knows how to
It is
take
very
care of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they just use
But-
cheap plastic.
Sarah will fix it. She'll beat the crap out of it like she did with the Cabbage Patch.
I
Yeah,
love that trailer.
It's awesome.
That was, by the way, that was this and the logos on either side of Ed were that trailer and the logos on either side of Ed were done by this man right here at Super Fast Tortoise. So,
Thank
you know, show him some love.
It came out really good.
He's good at what he does, man. Just is, it is what it is. In a box in a garage says you should have sent Sarah to her house to beat the crap out of the Furby. I feel like the Furby probably wouldn't have gotten anything. I feel like the lady might have gotten beat up instead. That could have been pretty bad. But I ignore all of them all the time. Now with USPS, the ones you can bring it in a box to the post office and they can scan the QR code. Yeah, and that's another thing with the whole excuse that I don't have a printer. My favorite excuse for eBay, and I don't know if you guys have gotten this, is I don't want to go through the hassle of driving to the post office and having to ship this back. And you're like,
Just schedule the pickup.
where do you live?
That, I would want to say, I was like, well, that's not my problem, but I have a feeling that would just escalate you to an even worse situation. I have said that on Facebook though, because I don't care about that. They piss me off.
Yeah.
I think you get worse people on Facebook than you do on eBay.
Without a doubt. My favorite thing, and I'm going to need a little special effects here. My favorite thing on Facebook is this still available? And you're like 4 seconds later, yes, it is.
And then the usual one is like, oh, okay, can I get your phone number?
No.
I've never had that one.
I get that constantly, and it's because it's scammers.
Have you had the people that think that it's local?
No. Oh, actually, yeah, I did. The ones that asked me, I was like, oh, where are the shoes located? I said California, and then that's like, oh, okay, I thought it was local. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lady message me once, and she's like, hey, I'm in whatever city, and I'm like, I've never heard of that city. And she's like, oh, where are you? And I'm like, I'm in Pennsylvania. And she's like, oh, I'm in Maine. And I'm like, well, that would explain it. We're not close.
Yeah. So
I remember one time that I had a lady that was to say the same thing, where the shoes located. Adam has a stalker too. I said California. I was like, oh. It's like, okay, can you ship these for me? I was like, yeah, that's fine. Just buy directly from the listing, et cetera, et cetera. It was free shipping. And then they're saying, well, it's telling me that I have to pay shipping. I was like, no, it's free shipping on my end. Facebook just has too many glitches. And then right now, actually, I saw it in the actual Facebook group. The marketing team, I think it's called, they finally did a post after God knows how long. And everybody just keeps saying the same thing, low/no views. And then the second one, where is the actual customer support? It's like, nothing.
yeah.
Have you ever tried to contact their support chat?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's who I try to contact for the Crocs that they stole from me, basically.
Oh, it took them 2 days to get back to me about something. I'm like, this is going to go well. Like, you guys are going to have a great business. It's like, hey, this customer needs a refund today. 2 days later, you're like, oh, we're sorry you had this problem. We've gone ahead and refunded the customer. I'm like, well, I'm sure the customer thinks
and that's the thing. I didn't get no appeal notification, no nothing. That's what pissed me off the most. So now every time I sell something on Facebook, I check my sales. Like, okay, did I actually get the money and have no refunds or chargebacks?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a disaster. Fart Sack Jack's here. What's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it.
How's it going, man?
So, yeah, that's. I wanted to discuss this. So, I've asked. I think I've asked. We were talking about this yesterday when we kind of did a little test run here. What is like? What is the thing with Poshmark and people asking to trade? Like, are people actually trading, or like, is it just is it just a is it just like it's just scammers? Like we've this is like the fourth time we've had somebody comment one on our post and they're like, "Hey, would you accept a trade?" And I'm like, what is a trade?
Well, I know Rosie might know a lot better than both of us, but I haven't had that. Probably just one time in a bundle. But yeah, I hear that. Not here, but sometimes I see in other people's comments or listings, like, yeah, I guess it's common. But if you do trading, it's just like Poshmark is not going to have your back at all. You're basically doing at your own risk. So if you get something, awesome. If you don't, gee, that's on you.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand it, and I don't understand like there we go. People are actually trading. I just ignore them. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
Same.
I would
And
too.
Facebook sent an email about my 1099 saying
Saying they sent it to my
previous
address.
I never provided an address. Even my return address on the label is made up. I've tried to change it and can't. Interesting.
Oh, they sent. So that's what I think. That's what they're doing. They're actually sending the 1099s to the address on file. I gotta check my PO box. I haven't checked that thing in months.
Here's a funny one. So I went to check my PO box like 3 days ago, and it's normally in the center console of my truck, like right there's like a tray that's like on top of it, and I opened it up and it's not there, and I'm like, uh-oh. And Sarah has lost her key already. So I'm like, oh crap. So I like tore my truck apart looking everywhere for it. I'm like, oh no. I have no keys to my PO box. So I went in there and the guy's like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to get the lock changed. It's gonna be like $40 plus the keys. And I'm like, oh great.
Oh, jeez.
He's like, but you have to come back tomorrow because our post office box clerk only works till noon.
Really?
Like, oh. I'm like, number one, somebody actually has a job that their only responsibility is to take care of people's post office boxes. I'm like, and number two, they only work till noon.
Well, I want that job.
Yeah, sign me up, man.
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna ask actually. So, would you guys prefer the PO box or the smart box from UPS? I don't know what it's called. Which one would be better?
Yeah. Well, I've looked into both of them, and the smart box has got a real address, right? It's not like PO box whatever. It's like a street name, box number, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the smart box was more expensive
That's what I heard. It is more expensive.
because I think we pay $30 to $32 every 3 months or something like that for ours, and we have the smallest box you can have.
Mm-hmm. I do the
So-
6 months, and I pay, I believe, $69 for 6 months.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, Jimmy, do you have a post office box?
No, I gotta get one. I keep forgetting to go turn the application in.
Trust me, once you get your first disgruntled customer, you're gonna want it.
Yeah.
After the first one, that's the first thing I went and did. I was
Wait.
like, okay, time to get a PO box.
Wait, have you had someone show up at your house?
No, I
Okay.
hope not, at least.
I was gonna say, wait a minute. Because
I'd be
it
like-
sounded like you had a story there. Because you're like, you
Yeah, I
get a
was like,
first disgruntled customer. So someone come
Well,
knocking at your door.
I mean, I don't remember what the actual item was, but I remember the guy was mad. I just can't I can't remember what it is. I gotta go back, but I remember that it had my actual address, and I was kind of scared too. I was like, okay, this was bad enough where I had to go to the PO box, and I got it that same day. I just wish
Okay.
I could remember what it was. What was it? I'll try to remember, guys.
Ed shipped something down the street, and they were really mad. And he's like, "Oh no, I can't do this again."
Which reminds me, have you guys been getting random calls from other states?
Always,
Yeah, that's about every day.
yeah.
Because
Always.
I've never gotten those kind of calls until I started reselling. And I was
No.
actually watching another YouTuber saying that if a customer goes to the order details, your actual phone number is right there on the order detail.
So on FedEx FedEx and UPS has your phone number on it.
Yes.
Well, no, on eBay itself. So they says that get seller's phone number. That supposedly it's actually there, and buyers have access to it.
What?
Yeah.
Where's this? I need to change it immediately.
Well, it's a YouTuber that I watch. It's a crazy New York driver. By the way, that noise is Jimmy actually.
Yeah.
And so he sells mostly eBay Motors and auto parts, and you know how those kind of customers are. So
yes. Oh, okay, for eBay Motors and stuff. That makes sense.
yeah. So but apparently he says, and it's actually true that he shows it too, that yeah, customers can get your cell phone number from the order detail.
That's not good. I mean, we did, like Sarah's saying here, wait until they call you and see the number on the FedEx box. Like that guy with the cabbage patch. We sold the club cabbage, like this one that's holding the on-air sign back here. It was new in a box. And he called us on the morning. Are you
Okay, Jimmy?
I can hear you.
Oh.
Huh? But yeah, so he called us.
Okay.
I think he's fixing his mic. So he called me in the morning, and he was like, "Hey, I'm the guy who bought the doll from you." He goes, "It says it's delivered, but it's not here," and he's freaking out. And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, so it was just a voicemail, and he didn't introduce. Like, I don't know. If I were to call a stranger, I'd be like, "Hey, my name's John. I bought this Cabbage Patch from you off of eBay. I saw your phone number on the packing label. Whatever." And but he's like, no. He's like, "Hey, I bought the doll off of you. It's not here. It says it's here, but it's not here. I don't know where it is. I want my money back." And I'm like, first of all, how did he get my number? And then Sarah was like, "It's on the FedEx thing." And I'm like, "No, it's not." And he's like, "Yes, it is." And I'm like, "No, it's not." And then we had another FedEx box sitting here, and yes, it truly is on there. And I'm like, this is garbage. So I have no idea.
Is it when you use the FedEx labels on eBay or which platform?
Yeah. I don't think I have. I think it's any FedEx label has it, because FedEx can call you if they have a problem.
Wow.
But
That's
like, to me, why wouldn't it have the phone number of the other person rather than my phone number? Because if they have a problem delivering it,
right.
why wouldn't you want to call the person that is actually getting it? So I have no idea. In a box in the garage says, "I use a postal place near my house for my box, a rental, and it's much cheaper than UPS."
Is that one of those third party places that I keep hearing that they're incentivized to scan the package because they get paid for every scan?
Maybe. I don't know. In a box in a garage. Explain a little more for Ed, because he's shopping.
I would. Yeah, exactly.
I need to do that. Such weird messages since YouTube. Yeah, similar issue. That's one of the reasons we got. And it wasn't. It was only because, like, we were going to be in the public. Someone could easily order something from us and be like, "Oh, this is where they live. I'm going to go pay them a visit." And you're like, "No." So that was one of the major reasons why we did it. But
exactly.
Kristen says, 25 years, never had an eBay customer call me. Interesting. So
only
happens to me. This only happens to me. You guys should find something to list that is the same, like resale arbitrage item. List the item the same day, same price. See who sells it first. Winner gets it to gloat in the stream. Okay, I'm in for that. That would be fun, actually.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is something that wouldn't be on clearance and we can't make a profit on, though.
Well, ordinarily I would say you would have a disadvantage, but I guess you wouldn't, because it depends on who buys it, right? Because if someone's closer to you, your shipping's going to be cheaper. If someone's closer to us, then our shipping's going to be cheaper. So it's kind of an even playing field, isn't it?
I mean, unless you take the shipping factor out of it and it's just the regular, then... Hey, Jimmy, welcome back.
So,
Welcome back. The mic was...
I don't know what was going on. Sorry.
Was it near a speaker?
No, it was setting off. It was sitting far away. And then when I unplugged it, everything just got silent. I was like, "Oh, this is great."
So how do you feel about this for maybe a live coming up? You guys should find something to list that is the same, like retail arbitrage item. List the item the same day, same price. See who sells it first. Winner gets to gloat.
I mean, unless it could just be anything in general, but if it's the same item, that's gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah, it will be. And it could take forever to sell, Tortoise, so it might be like 3 years from now. Jimmy's going to be like, yeah, I sold it.
I mean, you know what could be the only thing that all three of us can get?
What?
An Amazon box.
No.
No.
Is that, wait, Jimmy, is there a Amazon returns place near you?
Dayton,
Or-
yeah.
There's one in Dayton.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to it?
I haven't, but I've seen it on YouTube videos. The Pro Picker goes there, so
Oh, really?
yeah. I mean, it looks okay, but I've never.
I mean, we have a bunch at the flea market, but as you know, it's all just a garbage thing, and people are like animals there. They're crazy.
I think that there's just been so much hype around stuff like that people have pulled like tablets out of them before and like video games and stuff that people think that it's like gambling to them. It's the only thing I could think of because it's just like I don't know. It's always junk.
I mean, I don't know if it's gambling because they showcase the good stuff, and then of course if you're there waiting 6 hours before open, the first person gonna get it? And then the rest is just junk.
But like, if it's another company selling you these boxes, or even if it's Amazon directly, Amazon's not going to leave the $500 iPad in there. They're going to take it, refurbish it, and sell it. Like, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, you might get a Madden game or something for PS5 or something that makes $40-$50, but you're not getting anything crazy high. Kathy says the phone number thing is on Seller Hub under site preferences. You can block it. Watch Auction Professor has an update on what is new on eBay. Interesting.
I will definitely do that if I can.
Here's a question for us. You guys use Depop. I'm looking into it.
I used it. 30 days passed, and my items got deactivated because nothing sold, and I was not going into the app.
Yeah, I only
Ditto.
sold one thing on there. That was it.
What'd you sell?
Carhartt jacket that was distressed.
Really? Oh, okay. I was going to say. It's got to be something funky, right?
and I hate that you can only have 4 photos on it also.
Oh, really?
Wait, is that Depop?
I don't know.
I think it's
thought it
Depop.
had one, though. I haven't, Fartsec, I haven't had a good experience with it. And, like, it's, I don't know. It seems kind of like Poshmark, but more complicated to me. But I hear that, like, if you sell, like, unique things, like what Jimmy said, a distressed jacket, or, like, color block jeans, or custom clothing of any sort, or, like, the stuff that's, like, on the edge of new fashion, then it's good. But if not, it's not. I'd go Poshmark and Macari before I do that.
Did you put the customs that Sarah did on Depop?
Yeah. They didn't do anything.
No, nothing.
No.
Yeah, Depop sucks.
I don't like them.
How did he know your number from the label if he didn't have the package? You know what? That's a good point. I never thought of that.
That is an interesting thing.
How did I not know that?
That is very interesting.
That is very interesting. Look, even Sarah's like, yes, Rosie. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Wow, I feel like a complete moron right now. Yes, it's a moment.
Was this the guy that got the Cabbage Patch or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. That's when I started having problems. So I didn't know that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't even think about that. Unless he could see the label somehow. I have no idea.
Unless he got the label in his email.
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe I'll call him and find out. Like, hey, dude, remember me? I sold you I'll leave him a message like he left me. I'll be like, hey, it's me. I sold you the doll. Can you tell me where you found my number if you didn't have the doll? And then just hang up like he did.
Exactly.
Right?
Jerk. That's so weird, man. So here's the answer to your question, Ed. Yes, it's a mom and pop place, and they scan when you bring in packages.
So it is exactly what I think then.
Yeah, there used to be a franchise, and I can't remember what it was called. It was like Postal Inc. or something that had PO boxes, and it was
Well,
like that.
the thing that people like about those mom and pops that he was just saying is that they're incentivized to scan, so your beginning scan will always get scanned first,
Yeah.
the one that's most important.
Have you ever tried to schedule a pickup for USPS?
No, I mean I don't have to because it's literally 5 minutes from my house.
Well, I mean, it's easy to just leave the stuff on your front porch and just walk away from it.
Yeah, but remember, I gotta get away from the family for a few minutes.
Okay. I mean, if you have a good reason, then go. I understand. I mean,
I just leave it out on the doorstep and I go to work.
I mean, for me, I also do it because the miles, even though it's I think only like a mile, day after day, that adds up. So tax deductible right there for me.
yeah, sure. It's just funny. Ed goes to the post office, swings by a pizza place real quick, stops by McDonald's.
I know I could finish that before I get home too.
Wait. You're not whacking down slices of pizza on your way back, are you?
Hey, you'd be surprised.
Wait, is this what married is this what married life is like? Jimmy, do you do this too? Do you scarf down food on your way home so your wife doesn't know you have it?
No, I scarf down food before the kids get it.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. She's watching. I'm not telling my secrets. Trying to get. Forget she's watching. She's almost like Sarah. She's like just literally right there. I'm up. Oh.
All of a sudden, we're gonna see a tennis ball come out of nowhere.
No,
I've never done it.
Actually, I think the only thing I ever did weird was I told her I was going somewhere, and she was like, I just sent a snap so they can see where you're at. She's like, "Why are you in a Taco Bell right now?" I'm like, I thought you was going to the school. I was like, "Well, I was, but I passed by and I seen Taco Bell, man." That was the only thing ever really happened to me weird.
Sometimes the urge for a chalupa just strikes you, and you gotta hit it.
I like. It's all about the classic taco for me. The chalupas just got weird, at least for me.
They got rid of the Baja one. I like the Baja one, but that was the one I liked. Even though that, like, I'm convinced that Baja sauce is on pretty much everything they make now. Like, Taco Bell cracks me up because they have like 10 ingredients and they just switch them up all the time.
Right?
So,
the fries don't make any sense to me. They're not that great.
They're not bad though.
When you get them good, when you get them soggy, they're disgusting.
I don't know. They're better than Wendy's. In a Box in the Garage says the owner is an eBay seller also, so we can vent to each other when I go in. So yeah, you got a good one there. Steven the Reseller's here, says hello everyone. Hi. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure we're like behind in the chat.
Jimmy is not enthused. No Amazon returns. You can go to Walmart and get a transformer basically. So he's still pitching that idea. We might switch it up a little. John says I've made some good money from the Amazon bins. I think it's all in
it's timing.
And it's all in where your store is. So like I mean when they first started coming out, I saw a bunch of YouTubers pull crazy stuff out of there, but I don't know if that was 100% genuine.
Well, see, so I do have a story about that actually, and I don't know if I've ever told you guys about it because I think I've said it before I started doing YouTube heavily. But we had a store in Fontana, and for me, that's about an hour and a half away. And it's what you would consider an Amazon bin store today, but they would only be getting Target pallets. Target pallets back then they were like what $300-400, and that's for the good ones. And then once all these Amazon bin stores started popping up, all the inventory basically got bought up. So that means more demand. So the price of those pallets went way high. Me and my girlfriend and the family went one day, and then we were looking. It's like, wait, why is this store so empty? It's like everything was crap. And then we go back home. We come back with like personal stuff. We go back home, and then I see a notification on my phone from the store because I'm on I was on their email list saying that the store is closing in 4 days. Everything is 90% off. But it was all the stuff that was crap. Nobody wanted that anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna guess that all these Amazon bin stores actually ran them out of business because the pallets just were way too much now.
Yeah. They were a bunch of 2019 calendars.
They probably were.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. I haven't done well with it. At least ours, and we only have the one. And it's you guys saw a good mix of what's in there. Like every now and again, you can get a surprise, but for the most part, it's not there. Here's all you need to know about Depop there. I mean, you got it right there.
Straight to the point.
And to be fair, Rosie is younger than us. Well, I don't know about Ed, but Rosie can handle some of the new age stuff a little better than us old folks can, because we're like, share what? How do you do this?
Right.
Rosie's 2 years younger than me.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's all you need to know, Fartsec. Thought it was required for FedEx. I'm way behind in the chat.
I think she means the phone number.
Yeah.
Pulling a Darke County picker. You're way behind in the chat.
Way behind. When I've ordered from eBay, I've gotten a tracking number sent to my email to follow the tracking. Yeah, you always get that. I just don't know if you actually get. I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe they're like, here's a tracking number and the buyer's phone number in case you have any problem. And you have a good mail carrier. I've had one package a week lost for all of 2022, and they won't do anything if it never had an origin scam. So do you guys do that? Ed, you bring all yours, but do you guys do the scan sheet on eBay?
No. So thankfully for me, the I know it's eBay doesn't count it, but the kiosk scan makes activity happen for tracking. So for me, that's how I do it. So technically, there's always an origin scan for me. And my post office is actually pretty good about scanning everything in quick.
Oh, that's cool. We started doing the scan sheet, and it seemed to have curbed a lot. Like the biggest problem is the standard envelopes for us, because they I'll block this address, but they're just a stamp, and this is the scan code. So a lot of the times they don't get scanned at all, and then they just show up. So like
I wonder if it's because the QR code, the machines aren't suited for the QR codes yet.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea, but it's not really well tracked. Like in Christmas, like none of them tracked at all. Like they just showed up. Like it was like your order shipped. Hey, it's here. You're like, oh, okay. So it's like YouTube. It's very delayed because I didn't get a chance to text you, Jimmy, but literally like 2 hours ago, I got a notification that you were doing a Friday night pop-up live.
I hate when that happens.
Oh, don't worry, I got it too. It was funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My other account, for some reason, I didn't even mean to. I subscribed to myself, so I'm like, why am I? What is going on here?
You meant to.
So I did unsub from myself. I was like, that is weird. I don't want my I don't even watch my stuff back, man, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Adam, when the Christmas thing with the cards happened, did you get a lot of late tracking defects?
Yeah, especially with Poshmark. Poshmark hammered us because you know how Poshmark is. Like they'll send out that email. They're like, "Hey, you haven't shipped this yet." And you're like, "Yes, I have." Calm down. Everything's fine. But with Poshmark, we were getting them daily. Like because you'll get that, "Hey, did you ship this?" And then you'll get the, "Hey, the buyer has like 24 hours and they can cancel." And you're like, "No, I shipped it." And we would get those almost daily because it was just so behind. I mean, but luckily nothing got lost though. So
That's the important part right there.
yeah, that's totally what married life is. Husband does that on vegan night, apparently. My married life. If I get something, I got to get two, one for the wife. Yeah, I do that too. I did that today with Wendy's. I called. I was on my way back from the notary, and I'm like, "Do you want Wendy's?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I jacked it up. I totally messed up the whole order. So, first of all, you guys are fast food fans. So, did either one of you know that Baconator fries exist?
Yeah,
they do.
Mm-hmm. They're just loaded fries, man. Cheese with the bacon on top of them. And...
Didn't know.
Yeah.
It. So, but her text message read Baconator fries and a burger of some sort, and I'm like, okay. And I thought it was Baconator, comma, fries and 2 cheeseburgers. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot, but sure. So I ordered it. And I got home, and so first of all, they met, like, we very seldom get drinks. So I pulled up to the window, and this lady hands me a lemonade that I didn't order. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be fun. So I sent Tara a text message. I'm like, chances are good our order's jacked. And she's like, oh, great. And when I got home, there was no fries. And she's like, where are my fries? And I'm like, they forgot them. I'm like, but your burgers are there. And she's like, where? I only ordered like one burger. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You ordered a Baconator and another burger, and they're both in there. And she's like, I ordered Baconator fries. And I'm like, I thought it was Baconator, comma, fries. I'm like,
oh, no.
She's like, well, did you see a comma? I'm like, no, but who puts commas in text messages?
I do, actually.
I don't.
Yeah, so...
Jimmy's a question mark guy. He loves the question marks.
What do you mean?
You like putting question marks.
Yeah.
When you text somebody, you pile some question marks in there.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, we can't leave the window because Jen's searching that bag all the way down to the. We didn't get the sauce for the nuggets. Can you tell them? I'm like.
Hey,
So
but I do that
leave.
now too because they've messed the order so many times.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. So what do? You get you're at the drive-thru. You get the bag. Do you wait at the window, or do you pull forward?
No.
Then search.
Nope.
You wait at the window.
Well, because what's weird is half our restaurants are still closed to the lobby, so we have to stay. Because if not, you have to go all the way back to the line. And by this time, she is mad. So yeah, we're sitting there and she's digging through, and then they go off and they're setting up the next order, and I'm just like. And then they're looking at me, and I'm looking at them. So I knock on their window, like, like, come on, man.
Hey, the only time I don't do that is when it's just food for myself. If they miss something, okay, whatever. I have to do it when it's the kids involved because they're the ones who are picky.
So I cannot. One of my biggest pet peeves with the drive-thru, and Kristen's got it. Oh, here we go, food. One of my biggest pet peeves with the drive-thru is exactly what Jimmy does, unfortunately, because you get the bag, you pull forward, like just keep it moving, pull forward, check your order over there. Don't check it here. Like the rest of us need to get up there, or the guy that pulls halfway up. Like not far enough so that you can get to the window, but just pulls up and then hits the brakes and then checks his bag. Can't handle it. I'm irate by the time I get to the window.
You know who I hate the most though is when I get the Wingstop order and it's just a bunch of flats.
Oh no!
So about a 10-second delay any second now.
Yeah,
it's coming. Maybe she's behind.
I mean. I have a big family, so I have to search this whole thing, man. That's the only thing.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm just kidding. But people in Pittsburgh. There you go. She's very behind.
That's what I was waiting for also.
When Mark gets a nasty customer and they ask where am I located, I say Pittsburgh picker. Pittsburgh. Thanks. Appreciate it. But can you do that for Posh and Mercari? That's most of my sales. I'm way behind in the chat, Rosie. You're gonna have to remind me what we're talking about.
Are you talking about the kiosk scans? Oh no, the bar sheet scan,
Oh
the ones that you're doing.
no, no. The Posh and Macari don't let you do it. The what are the bark? Yeah, this is the sheet. No, they don't let you do it. Unfortunately,
The bulk shipping. There we go.
the bulk shipping. Yeah. Well, that's not what it's called. It's a USPS scan sheet. That's what it's called. Jesus. Yeah, no, they don't let you do it, which I don't understand why they don't, but because it's real easy for my mail carrier. She just takes the sheet out, scans it, and then walks off with my packages. And they all say accepted after that. So, like you said, it's activity at least. But again, Poshmark still doesn't get it. Macari doesn't get it. So we get that annoying message. It's like, I don't know what's more annoying, that message or the message that's like, hey, your order just started tracking. They are so excited to get it. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
I think, I mean, this is just a guess, of course, but I think the reason they can is because the labels are being generated by different companies. I think Poshmark, Macari, and eBay all use different ones.
Yeah. No. In a box in a garage. Just checked. Under account settings, under manage communications with buyer, you can toggle share phone number on or off. Okay, that's going to be turned off right after this live.
I am doing that right now.
He always jacks the order. Said Baconator fries, not Baconator, comma fries. 2 out of 4 people know what Baconator fries are. See? Exactly. That's 50%, Tortoise. That's good. Tortoise, here we go. Mark's waiting for a rant because he always sells things when I rant.
You missed my mic rant, man. I'm mad about it.
It might just be something as dumb as the wire you're using.
It's factory, Adam.
Oh. Never mind.
It's like it came out of the box.
I'm going to buy you one, and I'm going to ship it to your house.
Well,
Are you using wireless right now, Jimmy?
I'm just using my laptop right now, so it's like
That sounds fine.
we're good.
Bad resellers are working the drive-thrus. They could not figure out the shipping on eBay. What do you expect when what they do with your orders? That's a good point. No, Jimmy is right. Check your order before you pull away from the window. See, we got some people that would get on my nerves if I was buying. If they're set to go right span. See, Sarah's with you. Jimmy's right. I can't handle it.
So personally, I'm not right as Jen because I will leave. And then I get, so then it's like 12 minutes from whatever fast food restaurant I want to go to. And she's like, I get this. It's fine. Whatever. You guys eat. I'm not going to eat. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. You know, I'm just like, all right.
Yep.
By the way,
Sarah
that is an option there. Mine is set to no, but that's crazy that they even have that option there.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely turn that off immediately following this live because I don't want dull people calling me anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, that's the thing to do. But Sarah did not eat her Baconator. Like, she still ate it. So it wasn't like she was upset with it. I mean, how can you be upset with the double patty burger and a pile of bacon on top of it, I guess? But
Have you noticed it got smaller, though? That's what's weird.
I'm
When it first
not.
came out, man, that thing was huge.
It's like the size of your palm now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, at least for me, it is.
I haven't really. I wasn't a fan when it came out, and it's not that I don't like bacon. It's that I just wasn't a big fan when it came out. But I did notice like the regular. Like, I swear the Dave's double and the Dave's single was like this big when I was a kid, and now it's like this big.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's tiny.
and I don't know. Is everything shrinking, or am I getting bigger? Like that's where I'm confused because I'm like,
Nope. Everything's shrinking.
Everything has got to be shrinking because it's just driving me insane. Rachel's here. Hi, Rachel. Thanks for stopping by.
Rachel.
We
Hi, Rachel.
appreciate it. This is first of hopefully many Saturday Night Vibes.
Hopefully.
I need a Saturday Night Vibe ladies edition with Craig's mom
No.
and Miss Darke County Vicar.
No, this is our time slot. No,
That's right.
not happening. I'm joking.
They can be you know what you guys can do, like it will do it like the Late Show. Like we could have us, and then it could be like the late show version of Saturday Night Live. They can go on at like 11.
Wow, I'd be knocked out.
Would not be watching. You guys are making me hungry.
Well, that's pretty much why I did my pop up last night, because I was like, man, I need to, because I do my shows at 7 or or during lunch. So I was like, man, I don't want to get like an hour in and then start fading out. So watching a movie, I can do what I got to do. But then once that movie was done, I was like, you start losing your momentum, and I'm like, you know what? How about we just go an hour just to try to kill my extra hour? And
Yeah,
it was fun.
Hey, but then you would get watch hours. They would just watch you fall asleep.
It's like,
you should just have like that ding 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 like music on it, and you just like watch Jimmy sleep. I would watch that for a solid hour, I think.
Is that copyright music?
I don't know. Sure. Probably not.
But we can find. Well, StreamYard has music now. We could just play some sort of StreamYard music,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Just watch Jimmy sleep for a couple hours.
I knew it was coming.
So do I.
Thanks, Jed.
Have you? Here's a non-reseller. What a shock. Have you ever fallen asleep while watching a movie and your dream was like intertwined with what you were listening, like what the movie was, or I've had like dreams where I was like watching like a show, and like I swear I had one dream where I was actually watching the show that I was watching in the dream on a smaller television.
Wow.
Like, never had that.
I have, but for me, it always seems to happen at the falling parts, and then you get that jolt. I don't know if you know which I'm talking about. I hate that, but that usually does happen to me.
No, I've never.
I've
never had that happen.
Well, have you ever had sleep paralysis?
No. What is this?
That is scary. I don't know if have you ever had it, Jimmy?
You'll probably have to liberate what it is. I probably have.
So I mean, the best way I could explain it is, your body itself is asleep, but you're awake in your mind, and even though you try to move your body, it's not responding. So your mind is awake, and you're fully aware of what's going on, but your body isn't responding at all.
I do that all the time when I'm in work meetings.
What are you talking about? Jimmy's actually doing that right now. That's why.
That's
why you haven't seen anything from the neck down move. It's like,
it's pretty good. Or my computer froze. I don't know what's going on right now. But no, I hate that, especially when the client's like, "Yeah, we can change that collar up, right?" And then my boss is like, yeah, whatever. I swear I answered you like 10 minutes ago. No, you didn't. You didn't blink your eyes. Oh, my bad.
I got to be honest with you. I thought you were a seal in my dream. I don't know what had just happened. I've never fallen asleep at work, like when I worked in an office. However, so as far as I'm concerned, they deserve this. So I was an outside sales manager for a company in California. They sent us to Las Vegas for this 2-day convention. So we went 2 days in Las Vegas. They put us up in the Bellagio. It was beautiful. And we were there for 2 days. And then my secretary books all of us on a flight at 6 a.m. leaving Las Vegas the next morning. Yeah. And my boss, the guy who owned the company, was like, "You need to be back here in the office." So I'm like, "Oh, great." So it's an hour and a half flight from Las Vegas International to San Francisco International. And then I got to jump in my car, drive to the office after being up pretty much all night in Las Vegas, because you can't sleep in that town. You feel like you're wasting time. So I get there. I am wiped out. I slept for like 45 minutes. I literally got back to my room, laid on the bed for like 45 minutes. My alarm went off. I got up, took my suitcase, rolled it downstairs, checked out, got in the cab, got in the flight, slept for an hour and a half on the flight, got up, went to work. And I'm like, this isn't working. So I'm like, you know what? I got a meeting. I'll be back a little bit later. I just drove put the seat back in my car, and I'm like,
Well, yeah, they definitely deserve that.
6 a.m.
I had a bad experience in Vegas, man. It was try driving a box truck in Vegas. It sucks.
No.
Oof.
We had a setup for that big trade show
Yeah.
there in the hotel that they had us stay in. We could not park our trucks there. It was just crazy.
Mhm.
So we more or less had to drive them back to the airport. You try driving a box truck, when to the airport, man, it was so bad. I was like, the hotel told us to take our box trucks here. Well, you're going to have to go over there in security clearance. Like, what is going on, man?
You didn't have to drive it down Paradise, did you? The strip?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't even like driving a regular car down that road.
It was so narrow.
Yeah.
I was freaking out, man.
No. Mark says Adam needs to do a live with Dr. Phil. It sounds like.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that. That would be awesome.
What would it be about, though?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure he'll find something to talk to me about. I could have the latest catchphrase, like the "Cash Me Outside" girl. I could be her next. She was on Dr. Phil, wasn't she?
Or they just find all your crazy buyers and then have them all together right there with you.
Adam, this is the guy that bought the doll off of you. I know Jimmy's the answer to this question. Have you ever fallen asleep watching Whatnot and wake up and you bought a bunch of shirts?
Okay, now we can go back to Ed on that one. So Jen does this to me because she works third shift, and we call him the chill session. So I'll be literally, I'm probably asleep, but I can still hear his music and I can hear what's going on. And Jen's like, "Babe, go to bed." I'm like, "I'm not asleep." And then all of a sudden my phone hits me in the head and I'm like trying to look. Because Sarah witnessed this once. Like, I probably didn't. This guy will be on. No, I meant like in the chats. Like, she watched me buy that Michael Bolton shirt like at 2 a.m. She's like, "Where did you come out of? Where did you come from to buy that shirt?" I was like, "I woke up, man."
If you so what you're saying is like you'll be sitting there dreaming and you're like, "What, single stitch? Huh?" Bit. Sarah says, "Sarah, no, I have not. They spend 30 minutes trying to stand a figure up." That's true. I do that while editing my videos. Not a good sign. Oh no, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they always have trouble with the figures. That's true. Hey, Derek's here. What's up, Derek? Thanks for stopping by.
How are you?
We appreciate it. Has everybody been to Las Vegas? Are you asking? I think the three of us have.
I have been. I was never really gambling because it never interested me. Just went to the hotel and I knocked out.
God, bless you. You don't drink or you don't gamble, you're not going to have fun in that town. There's not going to be much to do.
I mean, I did have fun, but I didn't have to gamble or anything. So I was just watching everybody else do it because I was there with some friends. So that's all I did. I was just watching. I didn't lose $200 that day.
Unless you're a big Cirque du Soleil fan.
I love their buffets. Fun. The buffets were delicious.
Yeah, okay, the buffets. I could see the buffets. Yeah, I could see that. In a Box in a Garage, been to Vegas. Mark's been to Vegas, flying to Vegas to fix a problem on a system. I would get it done in an hour or so and then have a couple days on the strip. That's awesome. Adam's new catchphrase, "I be shipping my flipping." Angie's never been there. Jennifer got married in Vegas. That's awesome. Oh, wait. Sorry, Jennifer. That's okay. Was it fun? It was probably fun when you were there. So we planned.
I mean, they have the Taco Bell chapel right there.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
They have a
Ideas
Taco
for you
Bell.
and Sarah.
get married and get a chalupa. They have a Taco Bell cantina there, which I thought was like a thing that like they were putting in Vegas, but they have one in Cleveland too, which is interesting.
What cantina?
Yeah, so it's a Taco Bell with booze. It's a fancy. Taco Bell. It's a Taco Bell that has a restaurant and has a bar and it has people sitting at the bar and It's a Taco Bell
I mean,
cantina.
drunk people and Taco Bell. Wow, well, what best combination can you ask for?
Yeah, but like I had thought it was going to be like they were going to actually like maybe do something different, but they didn't. Like it's the same menu just with margaritas, which works, but it's just, I'm just saying maybe they could have, classed it up a little or something. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. Rosie feels the same way about Disney. Feels the same. I feel the way you feel about Disney about Vegas. Okay. Yeah, I can understand that. For the record, Jennifer wants everybody to know she did not have an Elvis wedding. That's good. I would have an Elvis wedding if you can get married by Elvis, like an Elvis. Well,
oh, I
the
see.
Elvis Presley, but he's dead. In case you didn't know, but no,
I know that.
You can get married by an Elvis impersonator, and normally they're bad Elvis impersonators. You can get married at a drive-through. I believe they have a drive-through chapel still in Las Vegas. Like you could.
Oh gosh.
You could get married during a layover, like in Las Vegas. Star Trek wedding. That would be interesting. I'm sure it's been done.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure.
There you go. In a box in a garage. You should have, Jennifer. I highly recommend the drive-through chapel with the Elvis fish in it. we have a drive-through chapel in the town next to me. Interesting. I didn't think that. I thought that was a Las Vegas thing. The last time I was in Vegas, a cabbie told me that a family, they were traveling like overseas. They were going to Japan or something, but they wanted to get married before they went to Japan. So they had a 2-hour layover in Las Vegas. They got married in the backseat of this guy's cab. And then he basically picked him up at the airport, drove him to the chapel, through the drive-through, back to the airport.
Why?
I have no idea. Granted, this guy looked a lot like Santa Claus and didn't smell too good, but still.
Oh, man. I haven't been back to Vegas since 2019. Yeah, before my daughter was born.
It's a fun. I enjoy it, but it's a lot. We got married in Superman. I saw your wedding photos. That's pretty cool. Superman wedding themes. I've seen some weird theme weddings, but the one that takes the cake was the friends of mine got married and they were all in black. Like everybody was in black, and they encouraged the whole like bridal party, and everybody the whole thing was black, and I'm like, this is dark. Like everybody's very happy and everybody's very, very dark right now. So it's just strange.
Well, here's the thing. That's how she wants to get married.
No kidding? Oh, stuck my foot in my mouth there.
I don't know. I don't know if she's on the chat, but I still love you.
There's a drive-through funeral home here in the south side of Chicago. Old bank window, bulletproof. You drive by and see your homie.
I see.
Got me.
That is weird.
It's not. I think he's being sarcastic, but I hope so.
But I bet you that there is something like that somewhere.
Sounds way better than dealing with the in-laws. Is that true, Mark? That can't be true. So you're saying like they have a viewing and they just have cars lined up in the drive-through, and you drive by and check out the dead dude and then leave? It's true.
It's true.
It's true. No, it can't be. It's not even.
Oh,
that's it.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, I guess. Wait. Was this a recent thing, or has it been there all along? Because I can understand with like stuff that's going on in the world that it might make sense for something like that to spring up, but okay, that makes sense then. I guess. I guess that makes sense. It does sound possible, according to Jennifer. It does. Uh-oh.
That's for you, Jimmy.
I'm joking.
Jimmy's like, oh, what? Sweet.
I thought we was having Gene Simmons do it. Come on, man.
Oh, from Kiss. There you go. That would be awesome. You could get the. Wait. So if you have a Kiss themed wedding, does the officiant wear the mask or does everybody wear the mask?
They do.
But so the bride and groom don't wear the mask though.
No, I think they could just wear the rock and roll apparel or whatever, like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not the Star Trek shirt.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay, gotcha. I heard about it 10 to 12 years ago. Interesting. What is the difference between in-laws and outlaws? Outlaws are wanted. Got me. Most of my staff was from the hood. Interesting. I would have never thought of that. I mean, but
I work in the hood, so I'm used to it.
but they don't have a drive-through funeral home. It can't be that hood. Just
Hey,
saying.
there's a drive-through something.
Man, yeah, I've never heard of anything like that, but it's interesting. So I got a question for everybody. Have you guys been struggling for sourcing other than the bins? Bins don't count. I'm talking about like you go to your normal thrift stores or you go to your normal places and it just seems like nothing's
Well,
really
see that
like
that's the thing. So the video that I accidentally deleted, I went to 2 thrift stores, Savers and Goodwill. Can you believe that Goodwill was better than Savers that day?
interesting.
So the thing for me is I still got some shoes, but unfortunately I know I overpaid, but I'll still make a profit. But they were pricing all the Asics, even the low end ones, for $20.
Jesus.
So I was like, oh my. So yeah, I only got a few ones that were unique and were gonna make me some profit at least. But when I went to Goodwill, I actually came out with a cart full, which was surprising. And yeah, the Goodwill was even better than Savers, which is usually the other way around.
Yeah. That's interesting. Because we've been. What about you, Jimmy? Have you had noticed like a product shortage in your thrift stores or anything like that? Not counting the bins, of course, because that's a totally different animal.
Let's see. Yeah, the one that I normally go down from work, man, they didn't have anything, man. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
It's
Generally, I could fill a cart.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough for us. It's so rough that like we went to the bins literally, twice in the last week because everywhere else we go, it just seems to be kind of dry, and it seems like and I don't know if you guys are like this, but like when you go into a thrift store, how many times have you walked out of a thrift store not buying a single thing?
Only few actually for me. I always find at least one thing.
Yeah. That's normal for me. But like I've noticed myself like kind of lowering my standards a little bit because like I normally won't buy things that won't at least double my money. Mm-hmm. But I have in the last couple of weeks, I'm like, yeah, well, this is kind of a good thing to have. I'll probably just, I'll probably make like $10 or something like that. That'll work. And like, I find myself buying things because I know finding it elsewhere, like my auction has been dry, like all kinds of stuff have been really dry lately. And it's a little concerning, but, and I'm hoping it's not a reseller thing. I hope it's not like, the thing that we're doing being on YouTube and giving, and all this stuff is driving this bubble of resellers and we're almost pricing ourselves out of the market. Like, or is it that, there's just not a lot of other options other than like thrift stores at the moment?
Well, 2 things. One, has it been like really bad for your auctions lately? And I know that your sourcing puts the auctions into account, so I know you source differently than us.
It's been awful. I mean, it's been awful to the point where we'll look at the preview. Jimmy fell.
You guys aren't having ice storms, are you?
No, I don't think so.
He'll be back.
So our auctions have been to the point where like we're not even going. Like we look at the preview, there's like 3 or 4 things on there that we'd be interested in, and that's it. And it's not worth it to us to go because you can't guarantee you're buying it. You know what I mean? Like you could show up to this auction and be like, oh yeah, I want these 5 things, and there could be someone there that's a collector that's going to run it up, and we don't want to buy it, or there could be any number of reasons why we don't end up, but maybe we bought something else or whatever. It's just, but there's been like maybe 10 things total that we would want on that entire thing. So I don't know. It's just been very interesting lately that also hasn't had, and they do consignment most of the time. So people, their estates and everything like that, all give them stuff to auction off. So people aren't even bringing things in. So it's weird.
Yeah. And so number 2. Well, first, Jen just said that the internet is acting up, so that's why he's So and I'm gonna guess that it's still the supply chain, because that big 2-year gap that happened, that's probably still affecting us now. And a lot of people probably weren't getting rid of their things as fast as they probably were before, because there was nothing new that they could have bought, would be my guess.
That's true. Because
the bins, they have a large amount of inventory, and we know they do.
Right.
But yeah, now even Goodwill themselves, they're advertising the bins. The news is advertising the bins. They're advertising the Amazon bins.
Okay. Jimmy's restarting his router, everybody. So
that's what's to mean. And the huge influx of resellers. A lot of them are starting to come into the scene too, but a lot of them aren't doing YouTube. They're just behind the scenes, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more that we don't know about. And they're probably watching our videos and getting the information too. But yeah, maybe we are pricing ourselves out too by letting them know what all this is. But if we weren't going to do it, eventually somebody would.
I don't like to in lives. I don't like to talk about, like, because everybody knows what's going on in the world. They don't need me to constantly reiterate it or talk about it. But there is an avenue of what has been happening in the world that actually kind of feeds into the logic that I was going towards, is that a lot of people, when this happened, and they maybe worked at a restaurant gig, or they worked at, an office job that they hated, or whatever it was, took the opportunity when they couldn't go into the office to find something else. And a lot of people found this. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, did we do something, or not we, meaning the community as a whole, when it comes to people that are resellers and YouTubers, that maybe we've opened up Pandora's box and said, hey, you can make a living at this, and you can work for yourself and work from your home, or work from, whatever, and showed everybody the way. And now we're like, why isn't there anything at the thrift store? Why can't I get a TI-85 calculator for $5 anymore? So there is that little voice in the back of my head that constantly says, maybe you should stop talking about things so much. But
I mean, the other thing too is, these thrift stores owners, maybe even the mom and pops, they're watching these videos too, so they get the stuff for free, so they know what to have in the back and what to just throw out for regular people.
Absolutely. Angie's Oddity says our sourcing is dried up, but we found an auction house and got some good things from there last week. That's awesome. I think it's just the pre-spring cleaning slowdown. Give it a month, it'll perk up. Yeah, it's winter. That's true. You need to have some backstock, whether to weather the slow sourcing periods or bad decisions can happen. That is true. The bins are fine. Calm down. Tortoise says both. We've created this resell army all over YouTube, and 2, there are fewer stores than people store things, though you can always find that hidden gem. That is true. Thankfully, the auction house we found is out in the middle of nowhere, so we've been lucky. That's awesome.
Don't make videos about it.
Look at this. Auctions. Wear red lipstick. Always get what you want. We do have backstock. We have postcards and Funko Pops. That is true. There's always been a lot of resellers. I really don't think it's that. Okay, interesting. I agree. I mean, I think it's all relative. It's just it like what Tortoise is saying and what you said. Even prices at thrift stores are higher than they used to be. That's one. I think that's the thing that we kind of are doing. Like, I feel like we're feeding into that kind of hysteria when people, like you said, that somebody at the thrift store gets a product and they're like, oh, I'm putting this on eBay. This isn't going in my store.
Yeah, but the thrift stores, the prices would have gone up, in my opinion, no matter what, because the demand for secondhand stuff has been increasing lately, and
Yeah.
there's just less supply. So it's just a simple concept of it.
Yeah. Angie's oddities. We are working on the death pile. It's a good idea. M- Sarah just punches people in the face at the bin. See what she wants. I do have to tell you an interesting bin story. I told you guys off air, but I'll tell it to everybody in a second. A lot of the startup resellers from 2020, no, I know, think they have it figured out and it's too much work and will quit. That's true. Jennifer A says, make sure to hit the like button. Yeah, guys, do what Jennifer says. Hit the like button. Thank you again, Jennifer, for being here and doing what you do. We really appreciate it.
Of course, yes.
We were just replacing all the old people who used to do antiques with stuff. Yeah, that's true. They were not good employees now running a business. That's also true. Prices are
I
everywhere
got something
higher.
to say about that.
There is inflation at a record high. That is true.
So I mean, to what Mark said is like, yeah, they were not good employees because they were getting paid by the hour, no matter what. But they're
Right.
good business owners because they are responsible for themselves now.
That's true. Well, so he does have 2 points. Like a lot of people that are not good employees don't typically. Sometimes they don't make great business owners. Now it can go either way. I'm not saying that he's wrong or you're wrong or I'm right. It's just some people that have a bad work ethic, though, it's very hard to be self-employed because they can't find the motivation. And that's one of the hardest things about this business is being motivated enough to list and to sell and to cross list and to do all the work that is required to make a living out of it. And that's one of the reasons, we were so worried when we went full time. It was like, can we keep this pace up for forever, essentially.
And that's probably the thing that's also driving all these other resellers. Like they want to be self-employed and have everything that all these other big YouTubers have that they keep showing. Is like, I have my own house, I have my own car, I can do everything, and it's all because of reselling.
Right.
So it's like a goal that they're trying to attain, and I'm trying to do that as well. But I know the reality is that I can't do it that quick, and it's extremely hard work.
Well, but you have a family and you have other priorities where your money is going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I mean, you do have to kind of gauge. You have a little bit more financial juggling than, let's say, me and Sarah do. Me and Sarah can shove a whole bunch of money in one direction and then eat peanut butter and jelly for a week just to wait until our bank account goes back up. Whereas you don't, maybe don't have that option, but it's still a slower, it's still the climb. It's just you're climbing a little slower. But you're right. When you do see some of these YouTubers that make it look like it's the simplest job in the world, and then you actually go to do it, and you're like, this isn't easy. This is hard.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sarah says, I was a great employee, and she does have a super high work ethic. Sarah has such a high work ethic that, like, sometimes I feel like I don't do enough because of how much Sarah does. Sarah has a schedule for like what she does. Like yesterday I walked out and she was working on a cabbage patch, and I'm like, why are you working on a cabbage patch? She's like, what do you mean? I do it all the time. And I'm like, normally you do it on Thursdays and Sundays right before our live, because that's all, like, right before our lives when we're getting ready on Thursdays and Sundays, she's always working on a cabbage patch because it's something she can do and she doesn't have a light set up or a camera or the mannequin or anything. So, like, and she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you have kind of a schedule. Hey, you're back.
Welcome back.
I don't know if it's working or not, man.
It's working.
It's working.
It's definitely working. Angie's oddity says, I think more thrift stores are paying more attention, but I also think more resellers will quit now that eBay is reporting taxes. So I believe, that's a good point.
That is a good point.
The demand for secondhand stuff has gone up because every YouTuber is teaching pickers what to grab and what to find. So the prices on movies at my Goodwill has gone up. Interesting. Rosie says, I just want to be happy, man. That's right. Remember, YouTube is a TV show.
I'm getting mad.
Easy there, Mark. just settle down.
I mean, he's not wrong, because to some extent, some people, that's what they are, smokes and mirrors. And then there's those that you have to find who really are honest about everything.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll clickbait people, maybe not by total accident, but, I have to entice. You have to entice people to click on your video, right? So like if I said, you know, oh man, I got knocked out at this thrift store on my thumbnail. No one's gonna watch. They're just gonna be like, oh, this is him failing at thrifting. I'm gonna watch 10 minutes or 5 seconds of it and then move on. You know, so you do have to entice a little bit, but I try to be as transparent as I can when I do my what sold videos and stuff like that. So,
Well, I got a question for you guys then. So,
Sure.
when it comes to videos, which one do you find more interesting? Informational videos about the marketplaces, what sold videos, or sourcing videos?
right now,
Mhm.
right now, I would say I like the informational videos, but when I started, I liked the sourcing videos until I started doing this like all the time. So I guess what I mean is like when I started, I really liked the sourcing videos because I like seeing people go out and they're like, oh, this is worth $100, this is worth $70 or whatever. And then whenever I started doing this regularly, I started watching more what sold videos because I was more curious as not what they found, but how much they're selling it for. Does that make sense?
True. Got it. What about you, Jimmy?
I heard part of the question, so to be honest with you, dude, this is so bad.
Oh,
He gone.
okay.
The-
But yeah, I see what you mean. The experienced ones, they will want to know more of the what souls and your sourcing videos because we know how to source already.
Right. So I guess, but I've noticed yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know. What do you guys think? What does the chat think? I'd like to know because I'm really curious about this one too.
Because I mean, I just brought it up because, like I told you, this recent informational video that I did, it blew up pretty quick, as well as my Macari one. But I'm also seeing that my was sold and my sourcings also get views. So I'm like, I don't know which one to do. And then
right.
I know some people find others more boring than others. So I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'd like to know what the chat says. Designs by Josie says I'm late. That's okay. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Have to play
Hey,
the
thank you.
YouTube game.
Mhm.
I noticed that prices have fluctuated on certain items where they're placed and priced. We taught thrift stores that their junk is actually more valuable. It's true. Mark is in with informational. Rosie's also in as a reseller. It's 100% what's sold. Processes and methods, or just podcast of dudes talking. That's right. Let's see. Postcard people want postcard types and processes. Tortoise likes sourcing and what sold vids. Darke. Jen says the stupid internet was ridiculous. That's okay. We don't mind. With all the ice that's on these power lines and all these lines out here, I'm not surprised. I think your info videos are getting a wider audience than the core resellers. Yeah.
And-
so
that's exactly what I've been noticing. Because like I keep saying, my Macari local video blew up, and I don't know if I know you saw it, Adam. I completely botched that video because I didn't think it was gonna be so high up there.
I
And
think you're one of the few that did it, though.
yeah, because I actually did the whole process. I wasn't just in front of the screen explaining what it is. I actually showed like what happened.
Right.
And this recent Macari, with the shipping price also, that one blew up. And then this one with the California 1099K thing that we're having, that one's also getting up there too, which surprised me. It's the one that I said that it became my number one video, and I didn't even. I mean, I tried, but I didn't try too much on that one either.
Right. So I feel like so those types of videos are unique because they're more of like a long game, you know, because you get people Googling like what's Macari local, and then they look at videos and then they see yours and mine or whatever. But like I kind of, so Jennifer says I like to watch sourcing videos over what sold. Marketplace Boutique, not a fan of sourcing videos, worst part of my job. As a creator, I find I need to do more search-based videos than browse and homepage. Just what sold videos would do well than die, and that's true. I just want to learn. Yeah, and see, that's another thing is that I find that the what sold videos are informative to people that know what, like, kind of know what they're doing. A lot of people that are just starting out in the business, they kind of want more of like, well, how do you ship this, and how do you ship this, and what does it cost to do this, and so forth. So, Angie's Oddity says, I like to see what sold videos and informational videos, but there are definitely YouTubers I don't like. And Mark says his toilet videos at 383 views, never figured I would get 10. Yeah. And we were just talking about that before the live, is that like there's been videos that I've left the bins and thinking to myself, this is going to be garbage. And it's been like my number one video. And I don't get it, but it's just weird.
Yeah. And to Angie's point also is like, yeah, a person could have a really great informational what sold video or any kind, but if you don't like the person, or the person isn't likable, then yeah, you're not gonna watch no matter how much information you can get from the video.
That's right.
That's just what I think.
Yeah, no, you're correct. I agree with that. I'm that's interesting. So we almost got. I mean, with everybody that responded, it was almost 50-50. Like, with the exception of Tortoise answered both.
Well, I guess the difference here would be that everybody here is an experienced reseller already. I would kind of like to know like what the newer ones would say actually. Although I think I might have a feeling I think I know what they might say.
Well, so like, I don't know. Like when we first started out, we watched a lot of sourcing videos because we didn't know where to go, and we didn't know what to look for. But we also started to realize that like the numbers that maybe they were talking about when they like just grabbed it. And yeah, I thought so, Josie. I wasn't going to throw you under the bus and say, oh, Josie's new, but then you weren't. But yeah, only around for 4 months reselling. So, and their answer was
exactly. But, so they're new. So I wouldn't say every kind of video, but what they want to learn, they could just go by search and find what they want to learn.
Yeah, but I feel like what happened to me was like Commonwealth was one of the first people that I watched, and Part-Time Pickers, and Rally Roots, Harry Tornado,
Roots.
like all the ones that everybody finds right away.
Mm-hmm.
But like when they sat down and went through what sold, I kind of tuned out because I didn't really. It wasn't that I didn't care what they were selling it for; it's that I really didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't have the knowledge because I wasn't really a reseller. I was just kind of hoping at that point. But then as time went on, I was like, yeah, all I want to know is what's sold, because when you're in a thrift store and you're like, oh, this is worth like $50, and then you get it home and you're like, oh, it's worth like 35, or whatever.
Yep.
So, and when you're a YouTuber, like, you're like, oh, this is worth $50, and then you get home and you're like, oh, it's only worth 50.
Exactly.
Whoops. So, Jennifer Hayes says it's true. If I don't like someone's personality, I'm not watching any of their videos. That's very true. That's Jimmy.
Exactly.
Hello,
Hey, Jimmy.
The computer went goodbye. I'm just on my phone now, so I'm done with it. It's like,
It's all good.
It's all right.
I swear I got a voodoo on me right now. I don't know. This is kind of weird.
I don't think so. I think you've got ice on your internet lines at your house.
It's 80 degrees here in Ohio. What are you talking about, man?
If you've been, so the question actually was, what do you watch most? If you're watching like resellers YouTube channels, what do you watch most? What sold videos or sourcing videos?
Or informational videos.
Or informational, yeah.
Here lately I've been watching informational videos and Adam's what sold videos. So that's pretty much what I've been watching.
So, but you're not you don't really like watching people go to the bins or go to thrift stores or anything.
It depends. I mean, the bins I do because I like going to the bins, but like I'll bring up a guy. I don't know if anybody's ever seen him. Like, we've been into these vintage t-shirts. Well, there's a guy named Paul Cantu who I just found out today.
Yeah.
He actually gets 2 hours access before he does his shows. So I'm like, so they're stocking the they're stocking it up for him. So I mean, I don't like.
So he gets all the good stuff before the bin's open.
Yeah.
Wow. What kind of connections do I need to make to get that?
Right. But I mean, this dude's, he's pushing over more than like John and Harry Tornado put together. So I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, if it's real life stuff, like I like watching like Dave NC Picker go around. That's because he makes it interesting. Because we have about the same we have about the same attitude, so it's kind of funny about how he deals with people. So I'm like, oh, this is funny.
my favorite one of him thus far was that lady when he asked about how much was the horsey, and it was like one of those those little horses with the springs that you can put your kid on and bounce them, and she's like, oh, it's probably more than you can afford, and then he slowed it down, and it was more than you can afford, and then there was a picture of him crying, like sobbing. I'm like, it's so funny. If you've been doing YouTube for a while and just not growing, you need to change it up some. I'm still new, so growth is there. Yep, that's true. Jennifer says, I'm not a big reseller. I only have an Etsy shop, and I don't try hard at it. I do it more as a hobby. Interesting.
Okay.
Newer people want the sourcing videos with the information driving them, and they also want how-to videos and videos that tell them what to do and how to do it. That is true.
See, I'm afraid to do a very basic video because I feel like that would act negative to me. I mean, I know I can, but I mean, almost every YouTuber probably is making them because they're so easy to make.
Yeah. I made one. I still get hits on it, like how to sell denim on eBay and or how to sell jeans on eBay and make money. Like that was one of my early videos, and I still get people. I had a guy comment on it 2 days ago. He's like, I just found your channel. I subbed it. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So,
nice.
Jennifer needs to get a little more serious about it. I have a lot of stuff to list. I'm just terrified about shipping. Shipping is the scariest part when you start. There's no doubt about it. But you do get used to it. But it's terrifying whenever you first get started because you're like, is it 9? Like, if what is flat rate? What is the pay? Like you don't know all this stuff. So then you go to like, you're like, oh crap, I sold something. And then you go to like, you put all the pounds and the weight and the dimensions in it. And you're like, oh, I didn't charge enough or whatever.
And then you're also scared as like, do I have the correct box or envelope to send it in?
Oh yeah. Well, and then when you get started and you're like, you put the dimensions of the box in and you put your guess and the weight and everything, and then your shipping's too high and nobody buys it because you're shipping so high. And it's terrifying. I know.
Yeah. Yes.
The funny response I always see in the Facebook groups, they're always says like, oh, I put the shipping too low. Is there a way I could send the added shipping to the buyer? It's like, the buyer's not going to pay you any more than what they already paid.
That's right.
Yeah. Nope.
Your fiance wishes it was 80 there. Marketplace Boutique loves the what solds, have them on as I'm listing. I know a lot of people do that. I do that too. Unless when I'm shipping, either somebody's lives up, like I ship on Tuesday and Thursday Tuesday and Thursday afternoons now because your live's on. Postcards just sold. That's a video. There you go.
Nice.
I think he's loving my rants.
That's right. You're giving Mark sales.
Hey, man. Appreciate it.
I think niching down is the best. Once that is solid, sprinkle in other items. Too hard to do. And
I see.
That is true.
Yeah.
They suggest me that video every day. It's a good video. It's very old. Resellers get so crazy when you question anything about the way they pack and ship. It's true.
I actually got that in one of my what sold videos, but that's because I put the video on Harry Tornado's Facebook group, and then somebody mentioned it. And I think it was your Jordans that they mentioned because you saw how much tape I put on it, right?
Yeah, I was going to talk to you about that actually. That was. Have you ever gotten anything from Ed, Jimmy?
No.
I put a lot of tape.
So this is the bottom of a box.
Right.
You would not see any of this. This would look like all you'd see is eBay, 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 eBay. That's it. And then top, same thing. eBay. All like the whole thing is just like he gift wraps it in eBay tape. And I'm like, I got these shoes, and I'm like, how am I getting in there? Like I had to get a knife and cut this thing open. So much eBay tape.
I always have that fear that USPS is gonna mess it up. So like, okay, I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Nah.
And one person commented, I was like, you could use probably just 1/4 of that tape and you'll be fine. It's like, I know I probably can, but that little itch in my brain won't let me, because I was like, okay, no, I gotta keep doing it this way.
So good.
No, depends what I'm shipping. If I'm like shipping like Corningware or something, I'll tape the crap out of the box, because I have that box stuffed so full of like a mattress pad, so that they can't so it can't move, so that box just absorbs. So I do get what Ed does, where it's afraid it's going to split at the seam. But I think your box, did I over tape that one?
No,
The one that you had all the shirt, because
Mine's did. You did the whole top and the whole bottom. I had to get my knife to open it.
well, the reason why, okay, so Ed, the reason why I do that, like I'll seal the ends just because it's going from cold to hot. So I was afraid the moisture, and it was going through a snowstorm, so that's why I was afraid that stuff inside would get wet. So that's the only reason why I sealed it the way I did. But, okay, next time, Ed, you'll get duct tape. Okay.
What I do is I tape the bottom, obviously, because then you put everything in it, and then I just go around it like once.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all you get. Tape is expensive, man. I'm just saying.
I don't sell in the quantity like you do, so I'm able to do it.
Oh man, when I got that, Sarah was like, "Who said?" I'm like, "It's Ed." I'm like, it's got to be my shoes. Designs by Josie. I had a buyer that needed an item quicker. I upgraded shipping to priority at no charge, and they paid full price plus first class. When they got it, they sent me a message asking if there was a way to pay me back for the upgrade. I said by rating me. It was a 20 cents difference. Well, I mean, that's awesome that they offered to pay you back. That most people don't. But that's pretty cool of them.
I mean, like you said in your last live, Adam, I would never, even if they ask, I wouldn't refund shipping, because that's just what it is. I got supplies, and you knew exactly what you were paying for, and we get an eBay discount, but that's what eBay gives us. You pay what you pay.
Yeah. I didn't. I think did. I ask the chat that question last time. I'll ask it again anyway. So if you get somebody that buys like 3 items off you and never asks you for a shipping refund, do you do it or not, or do you keep it? Like I need to know the answer.
I keep it.
Keep it, Jimmy.
I keep it.
It depends. Like I said, I know I refunded you back, but
well,
generally, no, I'll keep it. If it's from eBay, I'll keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm. That's
now. I have a kind of weird question. I don't know if you encountered this. So, I sold that stuffed animal for $200.
Right.
It went overseas. I did that where you send it to the Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the lady, which was amazing, was it was supposed to deliver next week, but it actually delivered 2 weeks early, so that's cool. She was happy with that, but they charged her an extra $64. And she was like, well, I'm not going to go after you for it, but I don't know why. I was like, I don't know why they charged you that. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there were some other custom fees that she probably had to pay then. That would be the only thing I could think of.
Where'd it go? You know what country it went to?
Oh, London. It went to London.
Yeah. So Great Britain, number one, has changed a lot of their tariffs and their taxes.
Okay.
And two, because once they pulled out of the European Union, a lot of their import taxes changed. So so GSP will charge the shipping amount plus all the import taxes and plus all the fees to get it into the country. So that's what she was But
I
they
told her
should
I was
be.
like, well, I told her I was like, I paid to ship it somewhere, and then it ships from that place. So I was like, and, she, and I told her I was like, I even messaged her. I was like, are you sure you want this thing to come over to you? Because they're going to open this package, they're going to look at it. So,
Yeah.
and she's
Well,
like,
I mean,
yeah,
if you're
yeah.
spending if you have the extra cash to spend $200 on a stuffed animal, I think the $60 isn't going to break you.
Well, that's what she said too. She was like, my daughter's so going to be happy with it. I'm like, again, back to like that Furby. I'm like, who spends $200 on a stuffed animal for their kids, man? I'm like, okay.
That stuffed animal behind Ed was $200. I'm sure of it.
It was $50.
So, I mean, that was my only ever weird question that I've ever seen. I was like, well, I'm not paying it. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm not going to refund you back $64. I'm sorry.
Well, back when we had a lot of activewear, like the Nike and Puma and Under Armour stuff, we were selling a lot into Australia because I guess like Nike is really expensive in Australia for some reason because it's obviously it's probably the furthest that they'd have to travel to export. So like they were buying it off of us, and the guy was like, "Look, dude," he goes, "I can't go higher than this because my import tax is like 15% or something insane." And I'm
Wow.
like, okay. And he's like, and then on top of that, they charge a fee for customs. He's like, so it's an extra like $46 on top of this $12 that I'm paying you for this shirt. And I'm like, you must really want this shirt because that is ridiculous. He's like, but I'll be honest with you. He goes, this same shirt, brand new in our store, retails for more than I'm spending right now on this shirt. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess I can understand what you're saying now. But yeah. It's crazy with some of those. Marketplace Boutique, refund some back. If the shipping is crazy, I refund. If it's not much, I keep. Angie's, if it's over $4, I refund. If it's under, I keep it. Mark says, always refund back or overages on shipping. Shipping is not an income. It's just an expense that needs to be managed. I agree with you, but I also am going to say that we spend a fortune on shipping supplies. So
Yeah.
And my
happy
time.
to keep a little bit. And my
That was
time.
going to be my other thing. Depends what I'm shipping and depends what I had to go get to ship that item. So,
Well, and I was gonna ask too for Angie and in the box are you using calculated shipping or what are you using? Because I wouldn't think a shipping would be $4 over if you're using calculated. I think at most is like $1.50 and that's it, give or take.
It depends on, well, no, a lot of the times if you do calculated priority or something like that, and you can shove it in a priority mailbox, box, it'll change. Or if you use the priority A or B boxes, you can fluctuate it up and down too.
yeah.
But if they don't ask, I keep it. If they ask multiple items, I refund. That's pretty much what we do too. If it's not too much, I keep it, add a gift. But if it's a lot, I refund. That dude, if it's over $4 to $5, I send a refund and gain a repeat buyer, in my mind at least. Yeah, eBay has decided shipping is because they charge fees for it. Plus, I pay for supplies. Yep, totally agree. Yeah, and Mark does have a handling charge, so that's a little bit of a difference there too. I do not. Yeah, Angie's is using calculated shipping. It doesn't happen often.
That's why I think it doesn't happen often.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting because like there are times where like and it happens a lot on GSP too. Like people will buy 4 or 5 items and they won't even ask, and you can't actually combine shipping on GSP. So I guess that's why they don't ask. But a lot of the times they'll pay like $15 to ship it, or they say it's $15, and then for me it's like $8. So yeah,
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Actually,
Yeah.
I still keep it though.
calculated. However, I was selling homie's little vending figures. Someone bought 10 of them and was trying to charge them 20 for some reason, and they all weighed under a pound. Yeah, eBay does just kind of pile the shipping costs on one another.
They multiplied it by 20. By 10 basically.
Yep.
So that's why they charge the shipping by.
Yeah. So, yeah. The other thing I wanted to chat about real briefly here. How focused are you guys in keeping something that is on the verge of going over a pound, under a pound? Like, do you have this little fight with yourself, like I do? Because, like, we sell Funko Pops, right? And if this Funko Pop goes in a slightly bigger box than what we have it in, it goes just over £1. Like, no, like you wrap it in bubble wrap, put a little bubble wrap in it, you set it on the scale, and it just goes over £1. And you're like, God.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I actually don't care. So if say I have it just for first class £1 rate, that's how they charge them, and then it goes over the £1. I'm like, whatever. Just I'll send a priority. They pay the shipping anyways. It will be close to the full amount, so I'm not out any money anyway. So it's just a wash for me if I do that mistake.
No, I can't handle it. Like I can't physically, I can't handle it. Like you have no idea how many times I'd be like, why did we only charge $9 for this? Or having the argument with this envelope, trying to get whatever it is that I thought I was going to get in this envelope into this envelope. Like that has happened many times.
And then it rips, or the little sticky thing gets stuck to the actual bubble wrap or the item. So then it rips. Like, oh, I got to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have fit many interesting things into that thing, and it's been like, like a ball. You're like, yeah, this is gonna be fine. But you know how much faith, maybe you guys are different. Do you know how much faith I have in this little sticky part on this envelope? Because I have never taped this thing, ever. It's always just.
Really?
No, I don't. I mean,
I tape it every time. I tape it every time.
Every time?
I tape
Really?
it every time. I mean, I can feel how strong that adhesive is compared to like the 1097, I believe, because the 1097 adhesive's bad, but for the padded flat rate, it's like, yeah, I can feel that it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of faith in that. I've had it bursting, and like I'm slamming this thing, and as long as it sticks, I'm like, yeah, it's good, no problem.
So if it's like a shirt that fits in there, and it has like the little extra space that you can just fold it like a little bit more, I was like, yeah, I just leave it like that. But just by out of habit, I still put a piece of tape on it because I just don't trust it.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Angie's Audio says, my second store is craft items, and people often buy several items at once. When they do, I combine shipping and refund the difference if it's under $4. Makes sense. Rosie uses calculated, but don't weigh my items unless they are heavy. If it's light, it goes first class and shipped with £1. If it's priority, I charge £2 to £3. I make money on shipping 8 times out of 10.
Yeah.
See? Funko Pops weigh like 12-ounce max if in the correct box. That's right. If it was that close, I would have charged them priority to begin with, especially with a Funko. I want to use a free box and charge them priority. True. Okay, yeah. Sarah's the master at getting things into that. She got a North Face parka in one of those things, like the puffy parka.
Geez.
Smashed that thing. She's good.
Yeah, I shoved that. Remember that Woolrich jacket I had right here?
Oh yeah.
I shoved, and that's a ski jacket, man. I shoved in that thing, man. That thing was like, I was like sitting on it with a straw trying to get the air out of it. I'm like, you're going in, dude. I chose padded envelope, man. You're going in.
If Derek's still here, Derek ATL Flipper, he's heat gunned him before to get shoes in.
Yeah.
That's some commitment there too.
See, I just learned about that. I was like, what?
I feel like, that worries me because I feel like it would compromise the integrity of the envelope and melt the bubbles. And I don't want to melt the bubbles.
Right. That's what I'm afraid of.
Do the bubbles really give any protection anyways?
No, these things are crap.
Not that envelope. Yeah, not that envelope.
Man, you know what? So we went to Walmart one day and they had like this size bubble mailer. The small like DVD size bubble mailer.
Yeah.
But it had the big bubbles in it. Like the medium size bubbles. And we found one package of them, and I've yet to find them. Like I've tried to order, I've looked on Amazon, and if you look up large bubble mailer, you just get the big bubble mailers, but you don't get large bubble mailers. So I tried large bubble mailers, and that didn't come up with anything. So I'm like, I need to find, they were great. Like they were awesome. And
sounds more like an industrial thing.
Yeah.
It
was by these guys, the duck guys. These guys.
Should contact them.
I know, I should. Get them an exclusive Pittsburgh picker deal.
Right.
Sarah does tape it if she does shipping. Marketplace Sweet Teaks. Hey, Jimmy's picking shenanigans tomorrow night at 7 p.m. There's the link.
Yes.
Marketplace Boutique should see the package that I sent to Adam.
Tape like a psychopath that doesn't. Yeah,
I'll send you a picture, Jimmy.
Ed's definitely keeping the shipping overages because he spends $58 in tape on one priority box.
Well, that's all the tape I get from eBay, so it's all free.
That's
So,
true.
do you stretch your tape out if you know you're going to the end? I mean, trying to before it starts showing the cardboard. I'm like, ah.
So
Jen will hear me yell. Jen will be like, "Go get another roll." I'm like, "No."
So this stuff, the easy duct tape, whatever, this clear stuff, this, when you get to the end, it's like, and you cannot pull it anymore. Like I'd have to put my foot on the desk to get this thing to move anymore. It just does not go anywhere. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Like there's been a couple packages that have the little, like I just got to get it to here, and then there's this little cardboard swoop. And I'm like, got an example. They know what they are paying. Plus, I price all my items competitively. So, also,
That's why I love Poshmark.
See, like this dude's almost out, man. I'm stretching it out. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? But no, yeah, it's about out, man. She'll be like, "Go get another roll." I'm like, "No, I still got like 3 boxes out of this, man."
Are you using the wide tape? 3 boxes. Are you using extra wide stuff?
How wide is this?
I still use
probably
the
it's probably 1.5 inches.
way.
Yeah,
My
it's the same
hand.
stuff. Oh, okay. It looked
Yeah.
wider. Wait, what? Wait. Let me see that thing again.
Oh, I'm used to my laptop. I'm like, "Can you guys see it?" I'm sorry.
Hey, you don't have a. That's interesting.
The little.
Oh, my
spinning
tensioner.
Yeah, you don't have the little wheel.
Oh, dude, this thing. Watch this. I have been pinched by this thing. Yeah, this thing.
No, don't waste
is
any
all-
of your tape. You can get 3 boxes. Out of that.
No, I got it. I fold it over.
Yeah, okay.
So like see, watch. So like if I'm loading this thing, I mean it's gonna
Oh, no, that's a blood blister and a half right there.
get you. Yeah, there's been a lot of F-bombs come out of that.
But, yeah. I try not to stress too much over small shipping issues. I learned from them, adjust, don't repeat them going forward. If I make a shipping mistake, I eat it and move on. Yeah,
Real
that's
quick.
pretty much what we did. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Customer experience with crappy packages should be reconsidered. That's also true. You know what else ships cheap? Hitting that subscribe button and tapping the bell to guarantee free shipping on happiness. That's right.
Yeah, it's free.
See, bring up shipping and heck breaks loose. That's right. Hey, First Impression Films. Hey guys, happy to see you. Thanks for the $2 super chat. We appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for stopping by too.
Thank
We
you.
also appreciate that. See, Rosie's with me. She trusts this envelope with her life. Like I would
Don't
travel
trust
in
it.
this envelope with this adhesive. I trust it impeccably. I don't know why either. But this envelope, this Tyvek priority envelope, there is a place in hell for the guy who made this sticky strip because this thing never works. Like
No.
ever.
Horrible.
Like, and yeah, it's the worst. And taping that is even worse because like you're like almost ripping it in half trying to get the tape to move.
So do you trust your normal poly bags too, like the ones you get from Amazon?
Those I
So
do.
you're trusting every strip.
Everyone except for, all of them. Now that I think about
Yeah,
it.
the ones that I do, I
I
actually do
can't.
trust those. Those are good.
These ones I slightly mistrust. These like paper ones because this strip is kind of small, but
Right.
I very seldom. Yeah, I any of these poly bags. Yeah, I don't tape any of them.
All right.
What about
Those
like
are
your?
ones?
Yeah, remember when that was like a Black Friday crazy
Oh,
sale
yeah,
or
yeah.
something that was on these things? Well,
Yeah.
okay, these aren't them. First of all,
Okay.
everybody was getting like like 60 of them for $2 or something. And they're like, yeah, they're $2. So I went on Walmart.com real quick and I ordered like 5 packs of them. And I ordered 5 packs of 2. So this is
Oh no.
So yeah, that didn't work. See, Rosie never tapes that either. Wait, the
right.
Tyvek one? You're insane. Sometimes if I overstuff a box, I tape it, but tape is expensive. Paper one works fine.
That return is even more expensive.
That's right. Yeah, the ones I use for postcards, those are pretty solid too.
All right.
Yeah.
So the next thing I ship out, I am not going to tape the. I'm gonna try it. It freaks me out, man. Because I come
the end
from
of this show. Jimmy's not coming on anymore.
Yeah. So afterwards, guys, this show's crap. I'm not coming back. No, I'm kidding. No.
Out of here.
Honestly, Jimmy, you just got to get on Poshmark, and you'll never have to worry. You could use whatever priority box you want.
Exactly. But no, I mean, I come from the shipping and receiving, so I see how stuff comes in and goes out. I think that's why I tape everything as much as I can.
Yeah, that's probably.
And I've literally and I've even told the guys at work, stop putting fragile stickers on them packages, because have you ever seen the UPS guy? Dude? He'll literally throw it in the truck. I'm like, what? I'm like, whatever, man.
I thank you for reminding me. I had a story that I was going to tell today. So I was waiting on the guy to come look at my truck this afternoon, and I was sitting in my truck, my other truck with the heater on, because I'm like, I don't want him to have to come to the door. So I'm sitting there and my mail unit pulls up and I'm like, oh, I'll go get the bags down at the thing. So I go down and I grab a bag and then like a number 7 box that I have fragile stickers all over it. And then she opens up the back of her thing and all the 1097, I ordered a bunch of 1097 boxes because they're smaller and we're using them a lot more frequently. So they were all in there. And I'm like, oh no, what a horrible day for this to happen. So I'm carrying this back down and I come back up with this fragile number 7 box. I'm like, here you go. And she's like, oh, okay. Just chucks it, right? And I'm like, there are these large fragile stickers all over this thing. And she's just like, I'm like, okay, that's broken.
They don't care.
No, they don't.
No.
I mean, that also reminds me of the TikTok that you did. It was still funny, in my opinion. I liked it.
I feel like all the UPS drivers are like the beginning of Ace Ventura when he's, soccer kicking the package around and then he goes in the elevator and it closes on the elevator. Like, I feel like all of them are like that. Rosie's never had a package return. Only one broken item ever, and it wasn't USPS. Interesting. I've had about 8,000 broken items. Actually, 8,001 because the one that she just threw in the mail truck is most definitely broken. The closest thing is a woman who bought my holiday package. Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Lady who thought my holiday packaging was witchcraft. Jimmy, you have to pay for the tape now. That's right.
Yeah.
This live has 24 viewers and 24 likes. Way to go. Hey, 25 actually, Tortoise.
Nice.
You and those damn boxes.
Wait, did you finish all the boxes that you took that big picture of?
No. So Rosie told me to order them. So, well, I didn't think she told me, but I asked her what they were. So these regular mailing boxes that are like the size of the medium boxes, but they're not flat rate. We ordered these for Whatnot because we can use priority stuff, but we can't use flat rates. So, but then this is a 1095. The 1097 is about the size of a regional A box. So it's a little smaller. And I've been using them for Poshmark and I've been using them for Whatnot. So I just ordered them. So they're juice glasses, by the way, that were in there.
Oh no.
They're broken for sure. Jennifer's on the like count too. 28 viewers, 25 likes. Come on, guys. What's going on? It's probably the three of us watching in the background. Cut corners on shipping, you end up paying. Very true. He just keeps getting them because he has a problem. I keep ordering USPS boxes.
I was gonna say, I was like, did you catch the wrath on those boxes, or was you good on it?
No. Well, so that one you saw, I ordered all those cube boxes, and we've been using them like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. So I laughed.
Seriously.
So I laughed on you, right? So I was like, he's going to get in trouble with it. I get a picture from Jen. She's like, did you order a bunch of supplies? I was like, oh no, this is not funny right now. So I was getting it right back. I was like, what is going on?
Shipping Rant got Mark a sale. I like it.
Nice.
Also refuse to sell glass unless I'm making $50. Yeah, we are. I'm done with glass too. Like
the only breakable I get are those Kirkland signatures, Procilian holiday figurines.
Right.
I think that's how you pronounce it. Those things sell good for me during the holidays, of course.
It's hilarious because so we sold, I don't know how many of those like old school like glass ornaments. You know, you had them when you were kids. They were like shiny on the outside and they had like, you know, something in glitter on them, whatever. And they're super fragile. Like if you drop them on the carpet, they're going to break. We sold like 5 of those, and all 5 of those made it with no problem. We sell a Corningware or like a Pyrex dish or something, they always break. We sell a record player, it breaks. The juice pitcher that just got sent out, probably broken. So, like, it's amazing. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, it's just, the basement is filled. We're good until October. Rosie buys mugs from time to time, but I have that shipping down to a science. Yeah, it's weird. It's strange to me that some things break and some things don't. Like my juice pitcher, that's most likely broken.
Did you guys know that there was a Starbucks mug that is worth $1,500 to $2,000?
Is it the big one, like the real humongous one?
No. So it's like regional coffee mugs. It's like just your regular 8 or 12 ounce mug, and it's if it's from like I think Mexico or any other country, I guess they were extremely limited, and they sell for like $1,500 to $2,000 depending on which one you have.
How do you know it's from Mexico?
Because it says it right. It says it right there. I don't think it says made in Mexico, but it has like Starbucks and it says like the city name on it or something.
Oh, okay.
But I'm pretty sure you have to make sure it's actually from Starbucks instead of just a bootleg.
That's right.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
Yeah, that would be totally hard. So, all right. Well, we've been at this for 2 hours and 12 minutes, so we are gonna get out of here. But before we do, what do you guys got coming up on your channel? Whoever wants to start can start.
Go ahead, Ed.
So I'm still working on that long video that I've been saying for the past 3 weeks now. I'm hoping to do it sometime soon. It's a video that you could just have on in the background or playing when you're doing shipping or whatnot. It's not something you actually have to see unless you want to, of course. I mean,
right.
I don't even want to see myself sometimes, but but yeah, it's gonna be a longish video. I'm trying to make it as long as and informational as possible. So other than that, unless I find something else coming up with the marketplaces, I don't have anything else planned because I'm definitely not going to be sourcing anytime soon because I have way too much to picture right now. So, and the only videos that I might be coming up from my channel right now would be informational ones. So, and that's the reason why I was asking that question as well, because that's what my plan is for not for the short foreseeable future.
Yeah. Cool. Jimmy?
Tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Gary Rampage Resellers YouTube. That's our pick and shenanigans. We bounce back and forth every week. And then Tuesday, I'll start back my lunchtime chat. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to source either because I got a couple trips to be paying for, so it's gonna be fun. So won't go into detail about it, but one. It's weird as they're both in April, but the one I'm going to Talladega too. So yeah, I mean, I can't buy no more. I got to sell that stuff. So I'm going to be getting on Poshmark. I know I keep saying it, but this week I'm actually going to be putting those. You can't see them now. Those are going to go on Poshmark, and then I'm going to start putting clothing on there. So
sweet.
It's going to be fun.
There's the link for tomorrow there. Jennifer shared it.
Thank you, Jennifer.
And, there's Ed's channel right there. And here's Jimmy's channel right there. So check those out. We are live tomorrow night at 9 p.m., me and Sarah. And then This coming Thursday, very special Pittsburgh Picker Live with our friend, Cincinnati Picker, John, will be on our Thursday night channel there. So come by and check that out. That should be a really good time. We've got some cool stuff to talk about, I'm sure, since we were just at his sale and now he's coming on the channel. So that'll be lots of fun. But yeah, that's really what we got coming up. And then Tuesdays with Sarah should be here this week. We had some footage issue last week, so we had to skip it last week. But yeah, that's what's coming up. So yeah, and thank you to everybody for stopping by. We're hoping Tortoise did ask the question, so I'll answer it. What are the goals you three guys have for the show? We are hoping to make this a weekly. Well, we are going to make it a weekly thing on Saturdays. We are kind of gauging on the day is most likely going to be Saturday, and we're going to stick with Saturdays, as long as it seems to work. So, yeah, that's what's coming up. So. Thank you guys for watching. Oh yeah, Jennifer, I didn't post them yet, so I apologize, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. I appreciate it. I gotta be more proactive with Jennifer around, so I gotta make sure
she's on it.
Yeah, gotta get on that.
Yeah.
I'm not used to having to be proactive, Jennifer. I apologize.
Yeah, you gotta be like 5 steps ahead, man.
I gotta start scheduling things.
She's good, man. Yeah, she's
Thank
good.
you, Jennifer. Yeah, show Jennifer some love. Our mod and down below there's her PayPal and her YouTube channel. Check her out. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Good day, sir.